Hi, and welcome to 24 Wheelers. Today, I am adding a Rubigrid by Bulletpoint Solutions to my GMC Sierra AT4. I have installed the Rubigrid on all the Jeeps in my life, and Bulletpoint Solutions makes this for a number of different vehicles, including the Sierra. If you have any kind of truck or SUV, check out their website to see if they have your vehicle. And if they don't have your vehicle, you should probably get a different vehicle. Just saying. All right, the first thing that you'll want to do is remove the top and go ahead and install whatever ball mounts that you want on your Rubigrid. For me, I'm really only going to be using this for two things, at least at the moment. My HT radios, which I have the Ocean KG UV9 on the ham side, and then for GMRS, I have a few of the Baofeng UV5Gs. I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check either of those out. The other ball mount is for my GoPro, and then I have an extra one on here at the moment because I'm not sure yet which side I want the HT mount on, whether on the far side, maybe the passenger side if you want to call it that, or the driver's side. So I'm going to try out both for now and see which one I like most, and then I'll adjust the Rubigrid from there. So on this particular truck, you've got this removable tray here, which they say you can discard and throw this away. I might actually use a small piece of it. We'll see, because this part where this screw is exposed is actually not going to be covered up, and I'd kind of like for that to be, I don't know, covered up. We'll play with that at the end and kind of see how it goes. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this screw. We use a pry tool to lift this tray out, and then we'll bolt on the base of the Rubigrid right to the tray. So once you get the tray out, so actually looking at it backwards, this is how it goes into the truck, like so. Fortunately, this is very well made, this Rubigrid contraption. The base fits in here so securely that I almost don't feel like I need to drill or attach any bolts. However, I'm going to anyway. All I'm saying is that it doesn't move around or slide around in here, so I'm not really worried about messing up the drill holes. So what I did was I set it in there. I grabbed a red Sharpie and simply marked the 5. The instructions say 6, but there's really only 5 holes that you drill. So I marked those with the red Sharpie, and we'll get those drilled and then get this bad boy attached. All right, so I misread the directions just a little bit. Basically, what I thought it was saying was you would drill holes in the side. There's 5. It said 6, but there's only 5. But in actuality, what it says is if you don't want to remove the tray, you can do self-tapping screws in these 5 areas. But the right way to do it, which is the way I've done it now, is to drill holes at the bottom for these 6 bolts. Or if you're using the push pins, you know, same thing. I'm not going to be using those. So anyway, I've got extra holes in here, but I'll just go ahead and add the self-tapping screws. No harm, no foul, no worries. My bad. So the way they say these bolts go in is the bolt comes in from the bottom, and then you just simply drop the washer and then the nylon locking nut on the top. All right, I am going to go ahead and try to reuse this portion of the tray liner just to cover up that there screw hole. So that's going to be this piece here. And voila. That works for me. It doesn't fit in there quite perfectly, but number one, you're not going to see it, and number two, at least I have a little bit of a area to grab it if I want to, for some reason I need to pull this thing back out. All right, let's get it installed into the truck. All right, a couple quick and potentially obvious yet simple things to note. Number one, I don't think I mentioned when you're pulling the tray out after you remove the 7mm bolt that's in that upper tray area. Basically all you got to do is just get that, they supply a trim tool, which is kind of nifty. You basically just want to get that trim tool underneath the very front part. So basically right here, the very front part of the tray. Get your hand underneath it and just give it a kind of a significant tug, and it pops right out. Also, when you're putting the tray back in its place, you will, if you use those self-tapping screws like I did, it's not necessary, but if you do that, you will need to snip the ends off of those. Otherwise, they'll impede the surround that the tray fits into. I'm certain that they're intended to install using those screws if you don't remove the tray, so it goes through not only the tray but also that surround, if you will. All right, so now you can see I have the Rubigrid installed, the tray put back in. All I've got to do at this point is reinsert the bolt that goes up here, 7mm bolt, no big deal, and we'll get that ratcheted down, and then we'll throw on the arms and holders for my GoPro and for my radios, and we'll take a look and see what it looks like. All right, that's it. Super simple install. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that it inspired you to do something new to your vehicle today, because it sure beats playing video games. Hey, if you liked the video, please give me a like and also drop any comments you might have below. And finally, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And remember, whether on the trail or on the road, I'll see you out there.